Good morning. If you are catching the replay, I always say this, hashtag replay, because I like to know that you're here. It's going to take a few minutes for people to join. And it's 1 minute till 7. And normally I start talking right at 7. But I'm going to allow a few minutes for people to join and get on here because it takes a minute. Good morning, y'all. Did y'all get your protein drink? We gonna need some protein. I was talking about that. So yesterday at 5 o'clock, this photographer came over and showed me how to use my camera. It's going to take me some, y'all, I've never owned a camera a day in my life. Not even, I might when I was little owned a Polaroid. I don't know if it was my camera. I think it was my mom's camera, but I don't know anything about a camera other than my phone. And so she came over yesterday and showed me how to put the flash on, told me what the flash is for, showed me what the filters are, what the filters are for. I didn't know that you had to barely press down the camera to get the green and then hit. Like, I thought you just do this. And so all my pictures were blurry. So she showed me how to do all that. And I'm excited to try it. It's so different from my camera. And I'm so afraid that like my animals are going to tear it up. I'm like paranoid. But I'm very excited about the camera, and I am going to try to take some pictures today. I was like, why is Kayla driving safely? But then I remembered, I forgot in the middle of my live, she's taking her child to school. Forgot about that, Becky. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I have got so much on my mind. So much. And I pray that this hour that we all learn something, including myself. A lot of times when I talk, it's about things that I'm actually going through. Like, I'm not just making up topics off the top of my head. When I talk about topics, it's because I am literally going through what I'm dealing with, whether it's trauma or anxiety or whatever it is. When I speak in the mornings, I don't usually plan what I'm talking about. I just talk about what I'm going through and how I stay grounded. That is what I talk about. First of all, I want to talk to my moderators. Y'all are probably going to go, huh? But I do not want you to moderate today. Do you hear me? I want you to sit back and listen to what I have to say. And if you are moderating my page, you're distracted from my voice. So I want no one to put anybody in timeout. I want no one to block anybody. I want everyone's full attention, including the moderators. No one is to moderate. Do you understand? And I know you're probably like, why are you telling me this? You should have told me beforehand. But it just came to me. I want everyone's full attention. So I want no one to moderate. If people are on here that begin to be ugly, I ask that you take off your glasses, lay them down, and listen to your Aunt Judy. Comments are opinions, and they do not matter. Okay? So right now, I need you to take off your glasses and listen to my voice. I don't need you to read the comments. If you want to put a comment out there, you can, because I will read it. But I need you to focus on what I'm saying. Does everyone understand me? Does everyone understand me? Okay. Um, 1 year ago today, I'm going to try to get ready. 1 year ago today, I woke up with 13,000 new subscribers on YouTube. And it was so overwhelming because that does not happen to YouTube people. Usually, YouTube people grow slowly, and sometimes it takes them 7 years to get a following. Mine was overnight. And then, as soon as I had 13,000 subscribers, they were going away 10 by 10. And God bless Nick and Zoe, because I would call Nick and Zoe being almost in tears going, I lost 20 today. I lost 50 today. I'm going for a world record. My numbers were just going down and down and down. And so it got to be where the same thing was happening to Nick and Zoe. They were like, hey, guess what? I lost 100 today. I went backwards 100. And I'm like, oh, wow, I went back 150 today. And this is what happens. So if you are a creator, I need you to listen to me first. Okay. If you're wanting to be a creator, you need to listen to me. You cannot gain other people's subscribers or followers and expect a success. Okay. You can't. Now, there's going to be a couple, like a lot of you came from Cog Hill and you're like Judy fans, but I had to earn that respect. It was not, I say that. Let me think about it for just a minute. If you are a creator, like I can't go live with Lester and get 5,000 new followers and expect them to be a Judy fan. I can't do that. Okay. I have to earn the respect of Lester's followers, let's just say. It's not like I got big from Lester or I got big from Jason and Brooke. Yes, my subscriber numbers maybe got big from Jason and Brooke. It did. Okay. But I have to, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have because you have to earn the respect of the people for them to be a Judy fan. They'll just go subscribe and never watch. So just because I have 13,000, no, I have more than 13. What am I saying? I have 19,000 subscribers. Well, do you see 19,000 views on my videos? No, I have to earn it. I have to earn the respect of people to follow me and watch me and so forth. It's not handed to anyone. You might have 50,000 people following you on Facebook, but that doesn't mean that 50,000 people are following my journey. I have to earn it. And being a creator is so hard because it's not instant. You have to earn the respect of your followers. And Jason and Brooke can say, go follow Judy from Sneed's Farmhouse. She's so funny or whatever. And they'll go subscribe to my page, but that doesn't mean they stay. I have to work. I have to put in the effort to earn my spot in their life. And not everyone is a Judy fan. A lot of people that came over from Lester and Cog Hill Farm, as soon as they saw me, they're like for example, men, they're like, I am not sitting watching some jackleg do her hair and makeup. No matter what I do, I'm not going to earn their respect because I'm judged for putting on my makeup. But at the end of the day, if you followed me for a while, the reason I get ready in the morning on my live is because I have people pulling in my driveway and I don't have time. I already get up at 5 a.m. So I don't have enough time to get ready, go live. Like I don't have time. So I multitask. So I get ready and go live at the same time and kill two birds with one stone. That's why I do it. And it's a turnoff to men because they're like, I guess they feel like it's a sissy if they watch me get ready in the morning. But see, at the end of the day, I have to be Judy. At the end of the day, I have to be who I am, right? Okay, with all that in mind, a lot has happened to me when it comes to social media. And I am in constant prayer going, what am I supposed to be learning from this? What am I supposed to be doing? Okay, so let's back up for just a minute. I went back. I had a video go viral 1 month ago. And the video that went viral 1 month ago, I had walked out to look at Dee Dee, and her butt was protrude. And I caught it in the video, and it was like, it kind of took me by surprise because I was like, is she prolapsing? Like, what the crap? And it was me talking, and I was like, because it caught me off guard when I saw Dee Dee and her bottom hole was that big. And I thought, is she fixing a prolapse? Like, do I need to go watch a video? And I am as soon as I got off the video, I called the vet and I sent him a picture, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And he was like, Judy, it's because she's sitting down and the baby's moving. I went, oh. He goes, when she stands up, if it goes back together, you have no worries at all. It's because your cattle are well fed. Your cattle are they're a little chunky, okay? They're well fed. So when she sits down, it protrudes out because the baby is putting pressure on her back end. I said, okay. Well, the video went viral, and here they come, okay? Here they come. And I made a video. No, I think I said in the video that I was calling the vet. I go, let me get off here. I'm calling the vet. And here comes the farmers that have had farms their entire life. Here they come. And here floods the comments. If you were a real farmer, you wouldn't be calling a vet. And here they go. Judy, if you were a real farmer, you would know how to do a C-section. Judy, if you were a real farmer, you wouldn't even need a vet. They were flooding me. And the video went viral. I have 1 million views on that video. And I ended up making kind of a joke out of it because these people that said I wasn't a farmer, I made like $1,400 off a 2-minute video. And I went live and I told you guys because you guys wanted to go on the attack. You wanted to go on the attack and you were like, ain't nobody talking about my Aunt Judy. So these people that were telling me I wasn't a farmer, I'm like, I wanted to say, and you're not a creator, because if you don't support me, you're supporting me by commenting. You have no idea what you're doing. And it made me laugh because I took a back seat and I was like, keep ripping me a new one because the money is coming and I've got bills to pay. I was like, rip me a new one, you know? So this video went viral and I was a train wreck because I was calling the vet. Okay. Then the next thing was the water challenge. Okay. Lester, Longhorn Lester challenged all the farms to a water challenge. Okay. And so I do a water challenge. I am a nonprofit 501c3 farm. Am I a rescue? That is not my focus, is to rescue animals. Do I rescue animals? Yes, I do. I do because I have a big heart. And when someone calls me and says, there's an injured duck that's missing a bill, will you please take it in? I'm like, yes. My mission statement for my 501c3 farm is to give back what God has blessed me with. My focus is to teach about discrimination, kindness, and open my farm to people that need it. The reason I'm a 501c3 farm is because I do free field trips to group homes, to sober living facilities, to foster parents, to all kids with autism. All those people come absolutely free to my farm. I am not focused on rescuing an animal. But some of my animals are rescues, some are not. Usually, if I rescue, it's because they're going to live with me. I have been a middleman where people send me a message and they say, "Hey, I have these 2 pigs. Will you take them in?" And I said, I'm not big enough to be a rescue. I am limited to my farm area. I don't have a big enough area to rescue animals all the time. I don't even have a pasture. So I can't rescue animals, but I can help you find a home for them. So I am the middleman majority of the time and will say, I take myself out and I said, "Hey, I'll post because I have a big following and I'll say, "Hey, there's 2 pigs that need to be rehomed. Here's the guy's phone number." And they will and deal about finding a home for that animal. I'm just the person that has a big following and can put it out there if someone's looking for a rescue pig. It doesn't mean that they come here to rescue the pig. No one's rescuing. Fireworks are going off. I do not make people fill out an application to rescue an animal because that is not my focus. My focus is to give back what God has blessed me with, meaning to offer free services for people that need it. Many a times I've had schools call me that says that we live in an area where parents cannot afford a field trip. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money. That is not my focus. My focus is to give back what God has blessed me with. So if you guys need to do a field trip, come on. If you can make a donation, great. If you can't, it's okay. And as far as breeding animals, okay, first of all, you know how if McDonald's will get sued for having a hot coffee in a drive-through, you can't tell me that a petting zoo, people don't look for opportunities to sue a petting zoo. If people will go through a drive-through and drink a cup of coffee and it's too hot and sue McDonald's, I mean, that's what our world is, okay? So it is important for me. I care about living I'm a by the rules person. I am. I am a by the rules person. So when someone says to me, "You're not a 501c3 farm, you're breeding animals," I'm like, what the crap is she talking about? Like, I've been a 501c3 for 5 years and I've never been told this. Like, what is she talking about? So again, I go to Google and I'm like, I forgot what it's called. Hang on. I'm like, am I doing wrong? Like, what is she talking about? Because I want to do things right. So I looked it up and I can't remember the word. It's breeding animals for basically experimental, like if you're going to breed an animal to figure, like, hang on, let me think what the word is. For experiments. That is wrong. Okay? If my animal up and gets pregnant, first of all, everyone's fixed on my farm. Just about everyone has been fixed on my farm, but Dexter and Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey's too young to be fixed. But other than that, everyone's fixed. It took me a minute to understand what I needed to do as a farm. I have to figure things out myself, but I am a by the book person. So the last thing I want to do is to do something that I'm not supposed to do. But I went from this video going viral. Oh, let me back up. The video going viral that I'm not a farmer because I'm calling the vet, to a video going viral that I'm a trash because I'm not calling the vet. I can't keep up. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not a farmer because I'm calling the vet, but I'm a POS and need my animals taken away because I didn't call a vet. Okay, so am I supposed to call the vet or am I not supposed to call the vet? Because I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with what the world wants me to do. Back up a minute. After the first video went viral, and I was told that I was not a farmer because I can't even when I was told I was not a farmer because I had called the vet. First of all, I forgot how much. I need to go back and look at my taxes. I spend a ton. Do you hear me? A ton of money with my vet. A ton. As a matter of fact, farmers will beat me up for saying this out loud, but I have wellness visits for my animals. Yeah. I will call my vet and said, I need a wellness check on all my animals. And he will come out here and check every single animal from head to toe. I pay for that. That is how diligent I am with my vet. I probably keep my vet in business. Okay. I'm probably his number one customer because people would not even take their dog for a wellness visit. Okay. They may take them to go get their shots, but they're not going to take their dog in and go, okay, I just want to make sure he's okay. Well, what's he doing? Nothing. No, he's not sick. He's not coughing, doesn't have a snotty nose, not limping. I just want to make sure he's okay. Will you listen to his heart and check his blood, make sure like he doesn't have heartworm? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I do. I do wellness visits. But I see here and I'm like, okay. Then after the first video went viral and I began to do the water challenge with Lester. Okay. I'm then getting sued. I'm not just getting comments, but I'm getting phone calls. I'm getting sued because I did the water challenge. So I first have a viral video and I'm not a farmer because I'm calling the vet. Then I'm getting sued because I did Lester's water challenge. Now I'm getting my animals taken away because I'm a terrible person because I'm not calling the vet. And I'm getting my 501c3 taken away. Okay. Yesterday, when all this was going, first of all, I was sitting back and first of all, I want you to know, when I first started social media, I didn't even know people could get paid for social media. So I didn't start my social media and go, oh, I'm going to be a creator and I'm going to make money from my farm, because I didn't even know you could do that. I had no clue. I didn't start my farm to go, ooh, I'm finna get rich. I'm fixing to quit my job and I'm going to have a petting zoo and I'm going to quit nursing and we're going to live in this big old fancy house. I didn't even know that existed. Okay. You got to remember, I'm 53. Maybe the younger population knows that they can get paid on social media, because when I do go into the school system, when you ask them what they want to do for a living, they say be a YouTuber. But for a 53-year-old woman, it's hard for us to process how you make money off YouTube or Facebook. You're like, what? Wait a minute, you can make money? That is me, okay? I did not do any of this to go, okay, great. I will make money off YouTube or Facebook. But what's happened is when all these comments from the first viral video, it taught me a lesson, because I can remember there was a day, I don't even remember which video it was, but I did a video that went viral, and people were ripping me a new one, and I called Brooke and I was upset, and Brooke goes, Brooke said, Judy, what did you do? And I said, I just deleted the video. She goes, why did you do that? I'm like, because people were being ugly to me. She's like, Judy, you can't do that. I'm like, why? And she was like, because you'll make money to pay for your feed. And I'm like, what? Okay, so I took Brooke's advice and I didn't delete the video. And the video went viral. And I told you how much money I made from that, right? Okay. When I read all the comments last night, and I was like, what the crap is this? Like, what the what? Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, all because someone didn't understand my humor. And if you're on YouTube and you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. I recorded this video of Dee Dee sitting down. Okay, Dee Dee is very healthy, right? And she's pregnant and she's almost due. So she has a lot of pressure at her tail end when she sits down only, okay? When she sits down, her fat and her baby is pushing again, and she looks deformed, okay? She straight up looks deformed. Okay, I did a video of that, and I said the Guinness Book of World Records are about to come here because I'm about to have a two-headed calf. A two-headed cow. That's what I said. Okay, first of all, when I did that video, I would never think that would go viral. And I was kidding. I was straight up kidding. And what I was saying was, and I have gone live at least, why is it my hair curling? I have gone live at least 4 times to explain this story. And it does no good. But basically, I said what I meant was that Dee Dee had her head on her shoulders, and there was so much pressure at her tail end that a head was about to pop out without her going in labor, and she was going to be two-headed. That's what I meant. Y'all know me to know that I am a funny person, okay? Look, the fireworks are going off. I am a jokester. I am kidding. The Guinness Book of World Records did not call me. Okay. And when you were little and you sat in a circle and they taught you about gossip, and they were like, okay, we're going to start with this person. And you tell them a sentence and you say, the little boy ran to his mom's house. And then the next person tells the next person, the little boy ran fast to his neighbor's house. And it keeps going around the circle. And by the time it gets back to the person that started it, the story is completely different. You learn that as a kid. Okay, this story started out as the Guinness Book of World Records is coming to my farm because I'm fixing to have a two-headed cow. 2, Dee Dee is pregnant with a two-headed calf. So the story started here, and it's the old video. It's not like you can hear me saying this, okay? So it started off here. And it's gone to Dee Dee is having a two-headed calf. And then it's gone to, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this stupid farmer so-called farmer is not calling the vet. And I'm like, do you know how much my vet bill has been? Like, do you have any? Do I need to show you the receipts of my vet? Then it went to, Well, we've never seen the vet in a video. Well, the reason you've never seen a vet in my videos is because my vet doesn't allow that because of social media going crazy when you video something. My vet, even my farrier, when my farrier came and did my pigs, she was like, do not put this whole thing on social media. Because she didn't want to ruin her reputation, because people begin to judge her how she flipped the pig over and how she cut their hooves and how, like, she was like, don't film me. Okay, so anyway, it went to there. Then it went to, you need to have that two-headed calf put down. You need to call the vet and have him induce labor to have the two-headed calf put down, because that's not right. And I'm over here going, where did it, okay, the story started as the Guinness Book of World Record, the two-headed calf, joking, to I am a POS because I am not calling the vet to have the baby induced and have the two-headed calf put to sleep. Do you feel like that little kid in the circle where you whispered and went all the way around, and by the time it got back to the person who said it, they're like, what? That is not what I said. That is what's happening. I feel like the little kid in the circle that said, hey, the Guinness Book of World Records coming because we're about to have a two-headed calf because my pregnant cow has so much pressure at her tutu that her head's about to pop out. And she's got a head in the front and she's about to look crazy because there's so much pressure. But you know what? Let's break it down, because that's what I've had to do. There's been so much crap by adults. These are not children. These are adults that are wanting to take away. They're going to call a lawyer because I did a water challenge. They're going to call because I don't take care of my animal. It's mind-blowing. So last night, I was sitting on the couch and my cousin said, Judy, I'm about to tear this lady to pieces for saying that she's calling animal control on you. And I said, listen, it's okay. It's okay. And she was like, no, people are not talking about you. And I said, listen, this lady has paid for my hay for a solid year. Let her talk. Every time she comments, my numbers are going higher and higher and higher. And I have been so stressed out, Deetra. I have been so stressed out on how I was going to pay for my hay. Let her talk. Let her rip me to pieces. I will go to the ends of earth for my animals. Let her bash me. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm telling you, as backup dancers, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let them bash me. It's okay. I can't please everyone. And I will tell you this. My page is not about bashing. My page is about showing kindness. You can take up for yourself, or you can take up for a friend without getting in an argument. You can. Believe it or not, you can. I have been a people pleaser my entire life. And when I was sitting down last night going, God, give me the knowledge to know what I am supposed to be learning for this, because this does not feel fun to me. And I started thinking about Job in the Bible. If you don't know Job's story, Job was very wealthy, had lots of land, had a big family, and slowly got everything taken away from him. And he still worshiped God. And in my head, I thought, I've said this before, but I'm like, my biggest fear, of course, is being homeless. I've shared that with you. But my biggest fear with Sneed's Farmhouse is if God chose to take Leroy away from me, would I still serve God? Would I trust? And in order to be okay, I want to ask you this. I know you can't relate to me because you might not have a farm, but let me relate to you as a married couple. If your spouse got taken away from you today, would you be okay? If your main income got taken away from you today, would you still trust? Think about it. If you're dependent of your husband or your wife and she got taken away from you today, would you trust or would you be mad as heck? I ask myself that a lot because when I was in Stapleton, which I've told you guys this story, but I lived in Stapleton and was married to Shane. And I started a business in Stapleton and it was going so well. Was it profitable? It wasn't at all. I started a little aerobic class for my community. I didn't make any money. As a matter of fact, I went backwards. But I felt so rich because I was blessed with friendships that I had never had before. It was so successful. I had a community party when Shane came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to get transferred to Coleman." I literally laid in the floor and cried every single day going, "God, please don't take me from Stapleton. These women are my best friends. Please do not take me from Stapleton." And I sat there every day crying. I don't even know why I'm putting on my makeup. I sat there crying to God, going, "Please do not allow our house to sell. I love our house. I love my community. I love my friends. I love Stapleton Fitness. Please do not take this away from me." And he took every bit of it away from me. And I come to Coleman. I don't know a soul. I don't know one person. Nobody. And today, I can look at the big picture and I go, "Shane, we didn't move here for your job. We moved here for me." And if God would have listened to my prayers and he would have allowed me not to move to Coleman, look at the blessing that I would have missed. Because it would have been my will and not his will. I would have missed this whole blessing of Sneed's Farmhouse. That right there taught me to trust. And I'm like, if Sneed's Farmhouse got taken away from me today, I would cry. But I think I would be okay. I believe that my faith is so strong that I would be okay. Because I would know in my head that he had bigger plan for me. So my question to you is, if something important to you was taken away from you today, are you going to be okay? And if the answer is, I would be a train wreck. I don't know how to do our bill. If my husband got taken away, I don't know how to do the bills. I don't know what we have. I don't have, like, I would be I depend on him 100%. You need to start breaking things down, because something can be taken away from you like that. And you have to trust so much to know that you're going to be okay. And I can firmly say that if Sneed's farmhouse got taken away from me today, I would be sad. Yeah. I can't imagine walking out to my farm and there be no animals there. I can't even imagine. But I trust in God so much that I know He has something better in store for me. And when I sit here last night and I was listening to all these terrible messages saying, you better call your lawyer because I'm calling the IRS on you. You better call your lawyer because I'm going to call animal control on you. And I thought in my head, honey, I tried to call animal control about a month ago to get them out here because a dog was killing my chicken and they never showed up. So good luck calling animal control was what I was thinking in my head. I thought in my head, I read all the messages and I just bowed my head and I was like, what am I supposed to be learning? What am I supposed to be gaining from this? And suddenly it came to me. I've been a people pleaser my entire life. I've always put others before myself. I'm a giver. I give and give and give. And I've realized through social media that you can't be a people pleaser. Can you imagine right now me being a people pleaser going, okay, wait a minute. I'm not a farmer because I'm calling the vet. Okay, wait a minute. I'm a POS because I'm not calling the vet. So am I not supposed to call the vet, or am I supposed to call the vet? Can you imagine if I was a people pleaser right now and I'm like, oh my God, my 501c3 is fixing to be taken away because, oh my God, I'm breeding animals. Oh my God, animal control is going to show up at my house. Can you imagine? I wouldn't have slept last night. I would have been a train wreck. But I want you to know that I went to bed last night and I slept all night long. And I felt refreshed this morning. And I was like, wow, look how much I've grown. Look how much I've grown in a year being on social media. Like, I went from a people pleaser to believing in myself. I know my heart. I know my animals are taken care of. I know I have a CPA, a lawyer, a vet. I know I go to the right people. I'm like, look at me today. Look at me strong, believing in myself. Look at me not being a people pleaser. Look at me standing up for myself without saying a word. I don't have to go back at people. I can show kindness. Does that mean I'm weak? No. It doesn't mean that I'm weak if I don't go get in a fight with someone. It means I'm strong because I'm strong in who I am as a person. And I'm like, you need to call animal control? Do what you need to do. I know. I do what you need to do. Let animal control come out here. You know what? I know animal control. I know animal control very well. So I'm like, They know who I am. Do you know how big I am in my community? Like everyone knows who I am. They're probably going to get the phone call and start dying laughing. Like, Judy, we just got a phone call on you. I'm like, it's fine. You do what you need to do. If you need to call the IRS about my 501c3, you do what you need to do. You do what you need to do. But I need to tell you, thank you for paying for my hay. Thank you. And that sounds so sarcastic, doesn't it? It sounds so sarcastic to me. Go, hey, you just paid for my hay. Thank you. Because I was sitting here stressing out, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay a year's worth of hay up front. But thank you, girl. You don't support me. Well, guess what? You are. Like that sounds so sarcastic and so it sounds ugly, but it's the truth. And I sit here and I'm like, Teresa, which is a fairly new follower of mine, she said, it's amazing how God works in mysterious ways. And that seems like such a vague statement because people say it a lot. But I sit here and go, I have gotten in a month, because my first video went viral a month ago where I was getting beat up about not being a farmer. So for 1 month, I have probably gotten around 15,000 new followers on I'm about to hit 50,000 followers on Facebook. So when Teresa said to me yesterday, and it was so comforting to me to go, wow, look at God. And I think about Job and him losing his family to sickness and getting his everything taken away from him. But though he trusted, he had faith, and I think about me and I'm like, I am having to go through all this. You're going to get sued. You're going to lose your 501c. I'm calling animal. I'm having to go through all of this for God to bless me financially for my farm. And that is my biggest fear, is to get my farm taken away from me because I can't afford it. That's my biggest fear, because you can ask any farmer on here. They're trying to figure out how to pay for everything. They're trying to figure out how to pay for their feed. They're trying to figure out how to grow. They're trying to figure out how to stay home and do farming full time. They're trying to figure out life. That is a farmer's life. We're bouncing off each other. What'd you do? How'd you do this? Because we're trying to figure out how to do what we absolutely love and be able to afford to stay home. And look at God showing out. But does that mean I'm going down an easy road? Neither did Job. I am getting beat up, chewed up, spit out, stomped on. Like I'm getting the holy crap beat out of me. But my focus, I am going, look at God. Look. And it's like, it's so amazing to be a part of it. And I have to stay strong and go, if this all gets taken away from me today, will I trust? And that is a hard thing to think about and go, would I really trust? Would I really trust? And probably majority of us would go, I don't know. I don't know. This is what I love. Like this is what is my life. I want you to know that I'm okay. I am so thankful that God has put all this in front of me to teach me not to be a people pleaser. Because if you're like me and you're a people pleaser, you're going to live a terrible life. You're going to live a life of feeling disappointed all the time because you cannot please this world. It's awful. It is absolutely awful to try to please other people. Think about it for just a minute. I guess I'm using my hand. Well, if you're trying to please other people, what's happening to your self-esteem? It's in the floor. It is straight up in the floor if you're trying to be a people pleaser, especially on social media. You know? In the midst of all that's happened this weekend on social media, this weekend, I've said this in my live, but part of being a nonprofit and giving back is when kids need volunteer hours at, like, for the Beta Club, or they have to do community service work because they got in trouble at school, those type things. They reach out to me because I'm a nonprofit to get their service hours. And in the midst of me getting totally beat up, this weekend I spent 16 hours with this one little girl that had to get her community services hours in before May 1st. Okay. When people come to my farm to do community service, they don't know my animals. They don't know my farm. They don't know what I do. Most of them don't even have a farm. They don't know anything about animals. And they come to my farm. Well, when they have to do 16 hours of community services, that means I have to be with them the 16 hours. So that means that I have to work 16 hours in one weekend to help her get her community service hours. And that's what I was doing this weekend while I was getting the crap beat out of me on social media. And it's like, wow, really? I'm like doing all this for this girl to get her community service, and I'm being told that I'm a straight up POS and I don't take care of my animals and all this stuff, and I'm not a real nonprofit, I'm not a 501c3 and all this stuff. And I was like, if this lady could get in a crystal ball and see what I've done the past 2 days, because I am absolutely exhausted from spending 16 hours with this girl and this little girl shared with me her testimony. I'll just tell you, and what I'm saying right now, what I'm fixing to tell y'all, is something that she's not just shared with me, but she shared with people on my tour. And she is open to talk about it. And she shares it with me in a video that I'm putting out on Tuesday. So do not think that I am telling her business. This is something that she has shared with other people, and she shares her testimony. But she was born on opiates and went straight from the hospital into DHR. And you should see her today. She's shining. She went to prom in this beautiful peacock dress, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. But the whole time I'm getting beat up on social media, I had spent 16 hours with this little girl that's now 18, listening to her testimony and me trying to make a difference in her life and making her feel safe on my farm. And I thought in my head, I thought, it's just, let me take a sip of drink. As I was spending time with this girl this weekend, and I was so tired because it was just a lot. 16 hours in a weekend. That's a lot of, on top of doing tours, on top of filming, on top of having my dad. It was a lot this weekend. I'm tired. Today, I have nothing to do. So I am going to take today off and rest. As a matter of fact, I'm taking this little girl lunch today at school. That's what I'm doing today. But as I sit there and was being blessed by Jasmine, oh my God, I was so blessed this weekend. I was like, I thought in my head when I was getting beat up on social media, I thought, I know where this is coming from. Like, I know where all this negative, like, the devil is trying to destroy not just me, but y'all too. Like, he's trying to destroy Sneed's farmhouse because why? Why is he trying to? Because I talk about his goodness every single day. I'm spreading joy, and I'm spreading, and that is interrupting, And I thought, you go under attack. That's why God talks about putting on the armor of God. And I cannot wait for my cousin to finish my children's book, because my children's book is about people saying I'm not a farmer. And it's so crazy because she started writing this book before my video went viral, when people were telling me I wasn't a farmer. Like, my cousin started this book way before all that even happened. It's amazing. But it talks about how people say I'm not a farmer, and I have to put on the armor of God, because I know that Sneed's farmhouse wasn't started by me. I know that my social media, there was no how do I put this? There was no intention of me being a creator. I was just being me. So I know in my heart that I'm putting on the armor of God every day, and people are coming at me. They've been coming at me since the day it started. And it happens not just to me, but it's probably happening to you. If you're showing kindness and you're spreading good news and you're trying to make a difference in people's life, you're going to go under attack. You are. You're going to go under complete attack. And are you strong enough to know where it's coming from? That is from putting tools in your pocket and being smart enough to know where it's coming from. Because there was a time in my life when my farm just started and I was under attack, and I'd lay in the bed crying and have my feelings hurt because I didn't know where it was coming from. Because I didn't have the proper tools in my pocket to pull out when people began to attack me. But today, by breaking things down and going, okay, what is happening? Like, what is happening right now? I sat there last night and I was like, what the heck? How did this happen? And I sit here and I can smile because I sit here and look at my social media and what's happening, and I see his goodness. Instead of focusing on being attacked, I see God all in this situation. I mean, and it makes me just go, oh my gosh, you're using me? Like me? I'm not Job, but you're using me? Are you serious? And it makes me feel like, okay, he's using me. So what do I need to do to take care of myself to be the best version of Judy that I can be? Because God is using me in so many ways. Judy that's on here right now was here this weekend with Jasmine. And Jasmine shared her testimony with Judy a little bit. So it's making me emotional too. But I have to be the best version of Judy, because if I get weak, I will go under attack and I won't pull the right tools out of my pocket. I'll just lay down and surrender and allow myself to get beat up and attacked. But if I continue to put the right tools in my pocket, so when I'm under attack, I know what to pull out, to know where it's coming from, and break it down and go, okay, let me break this down. First of all, when you break it down, when I was sitting there, when I was sitting there last night reading all these or all these comments, I was like, okay, I've got to break this down. I've got to break this down. Okay, what is happening? Okay, let's check the facts. Let's check the facts first. Is Dee Dee having a hard time? Well, so I checked the facts. Is Dee Dee under stress? Is Dee Dee going to die? She's walking around. She's eating her grain. She's at the hayloft all day long eating. She's allowing me to pet her. Okay, so the fact is Dee Dee's fine. Yes, okay. So I'm a terrible farmer and Dee Dee is going to die. That is not a fact. The fact is Dee Dee is fine. Okay, you haven't called the vet. Put the camera down and call the vet. Okay, let me check the facts. This is how I break it down. Okay, I need to check the facts. Judy, do you have a vet? Yes. Has the vet been to your farm? Yes. Okay. So the facts are you have a vet and you're in constant contact with the vet. Yes. Okay. So that's null and void. Okay, Judy. They're going to call the IRS to check the facts. Do you have a CPA that you're in contact with that gives you guidance? Yes. I have to sit there and break everything down and check the facts. Because these negative people will try to put this corrupt into your brain and when you're a people pleaser, they'll try to corrupt your brain to think that you're a terrible animal person. You're a terrible 501. You ain't following the rules. Like you're a train wreck. When you break things down, you've got to check the facts. You understand me? Because people are going to tell you all kinds of things that you're not. But in order to be strong and stand firm, you have to put on your armor, first of all, and check your facts. That is part of breaking it down. And once you check the facts, you're able to go, okay, wait a minute. Dee Dee's eating. Dee Dee's eating grain. Dee Dee is eating hay all day long. Dee Dee is walking around. She is not trying to push the baby out. The bag is not broke and the head's sticking out. Like none of that's happening. So check the facts. Like check the facts, Judy. Once you check the facts, it's almost as like those comments escape you. And you're able to go, okay, tonight I can lay down and rest my head and go to sleep because I've checked my facts and I know that my animals are okay. And when she said I was going to cause Dee Dee to die and I was going to cause the calf to die, I felt so under attack with that. And I had to comment and I said, please don't say that. If Dee Dee passed away or this baby passed away, I would be devastated. And then I have to check the facts and go, okay, if this baby dies stillborn, let's just say, is that my fault? Have I done everything as a farmer for Dee Dee? Are you kidding me? I freaking would eat ramen noodles to feed my animals the top of the line. I feed my animals Kalmbach, okay? I spend $1,000 a month just on grain. That ain't including hay. That is just grain for my animals. So I know in my heart, God forbid something happened to Dee Dee or the baby. But I'm like, that is terrible. That is terrible to say that to someone. That is terrible. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is terrible. It's one thing to say I'm not a valid 501c3 or call animal control, but you're at another different level when you start talking about death and I'm going to cause death. That is terrible. That is terrible. But at the end of the day, who can I control? I can control myself and my thoughts. And I can control where I should be mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and know who I am as a person. If you're a people pleaser, you're headed for a dead end. Can all the people pleasers in the house raise their hand? Okay, we need to work on that. Because it doesn't happen, like it doesn't just happen overnight when you're a people pleaser. Instant healing doesn't happen overnight. It takes some serious tools in your pocket to not be a people pleaser. The tools that you need in your pocket is check the facts. Are you taking care of you? Go with your gut feeling. You're usually right. We've been taught everything backwards in life. We're taught to put others before ourselves. We are. And that can get you in trouble. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I have not been out there this morning to see if Dee Dee's had her baby. I do not think I think we have a little bit longer, to be honest. I did call the vet yesterday and I said, hey, just to rest my mind at ease, can you come back out here? It costs $85 to pull in the driveway for the vet on top of an exam. So you're looking at probably $200 plus for him to come out here to check Dee Dee. And a lot of times, if you're a farmer, you're like, she's not a farmer because she's calling the vet. And then if you're not a farmer, you're like, she's a POS because she's not calling the vet. But I had to go, what do I need to do? And I thought in my head, okay, I'm going to have him come back out here if she's not had it by Tuesday, because I need to know in my heart, even though he's going, Judy, she's fine. Judy, she's eating. Judy, she's walking around. I just need to make sure. I figured these people have made me so much money. At least I could do is afford a vet visit that's unnecessary just to ease my own mind. But he's like, Judy, it's not necessary for me to come out there. But if you want me to come out there, I will. But she's not in distress. Like because he's like, is she eating? Yes. Is she eating hay? Yes. Is she walking around? Is she sitting? Is she standing? Yes, 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 yes. And he was like, Judy, she's fine. And I think in my head, I laughed when someone told me to stick my hand in there and see if the baby's in the right position. And I'm like, and some people are like, is the baby moving? I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you not see the rotation? Do you not see the rotation and the pressure going in and out? When she stands up, the pressure goes out, pressure comes. Anyway, God forbid there'd be nothing wrong, because can you imagine if there was something wrong? I'd really get beat up. But hopefully, hopefully she'll have the baby this week and this will be all over. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep my eye upon him and keep moving forward and keep being me. Because at the end of the day, I have to be me. And see, I have choices in life. I could have sit it out and I could have stayed on that couch just yesterday afternoon and bawled my eyes out over getting totally beat up. Or I could dance and come talk to you guys about making a difference in someone's life, not attacking people when they attack you. Sometimes the strongest attack is to say nothing at all. When you say nothing at all and you walk away, you don't have anxiety from getting in a fight with someone. You don't have your blood pressure boiling because you're in a fight with someone. Sometimes the best thing is just to walk away and remember who you are as a person. Remember the strength that you have. Know that you're making right decisions. And even if you screw up, I feel like God's there to pick you up. I love you guys. I thank you for your support in my farm. Thank you for walking me through this. You backup dancers mean the world to me. I can't imagine my life without y'all, because you're just as important to me as my animals, because you're a part of Sneed's Farmhouse, because I can't do it alone. I have to have you with me or I would fall. So guys, again, you have choices in life. You can sit it out or you can dance. And today is Monday, and I hope you dance. I will see you Wednesday, and I will see you Friday this week. Bye.